Hey, it's Matty77 at Bottomfeeding Incorporated. Onechanbara Z2 Chaos. We're going to China. Let's see if we can buy something. Yeah. One. 2, 3, 4. Yep. Oh, you don't have to hit her on 4. Because I never change. So next time I'm going to have to change just so I don't never change. Or something of some such. I don't remember what China was like. Okay, we got bamboo. A little stereotypical, but
huh? They really are all over the world. They wanted to cause mass panic, though.
Why do her horns look like corn cobs?
A little more populated. Picking a place like this to show up with no real roads or facilities, it's probably just to keep us busy. And sadly, it's working.
I'm hungry for some corn, girl.
Oh, hey.
Come here and let me eat your cob horns.
You know? Something like this could pop out at any moment.
Come on, sis, cut it out.
Not gonna happen.
You never know. You just never know.
Look at my cobs, boy. Ha ha ha.
Seriously, sis.
I'm all business.
Messing around like that could really get you hurt, sis. I was right. You never knew.
Damn! The undead spirits here seem to have originated as temple monks, unfortunately. Since this used to be a training ground for them, you can expect fierce resistance. Stay sharp.
Wow.
Kind of ironic that their holy training is just gonna make it harder for them to die.
I don't know if that's really the meaning of irony, but what do you expect from someone who thinks that wearing a bikini is the best way to fight zombies, you know? And I don't mean that even in the sense, and I've probably said this before, but it's not even the sense of the over-sexualization, just like you do not want to get bit by a zombie. I mean, I guess being a vampire may change that up a little, but still. Just the nastiness level inherent of getting bit by a zombie, even if it isn't going to infect you, is just, Of course, I don't think logic is the, number one concern of anybody designing one of these games. Hey, it could get worse. Somebody thought that Devil May Cry 2 was a good idea. For all its flaws, I would much rather play this and fight enemies like this than infected helicopter. Still don't know who thought that was a good idea. I don't know, I guess I've seen one or two people in forums that think it was a good idea, but they're not exactly the posters that I tend to take seriously. Hold on. That was definitely their own fault for that one. And it wasn't exactly like my fighting was pulling off some kind of advanced fighting tech or anything. I was just they kind of dumb. I guess that's not the worst. I still like her stars the best though. Ooh, what's that? Something with a horn. There it is. He's like, hey, over here, don't forget me.
That sucked. Gotta do better.
Yeah, you coulda. You're horrible. Oh, wait a minute, that's me. Oh, I'm horrible. Let's yuck it up. Where does that come from, the idea of yuck, you know, laugh? Like, let's yuck it up. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Like, laughter's not exactly what I'm thinking of when I use the term yuck. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna have to play Devil May Cry 5, but Capcom's already got my money for now with Resident Evil 2. The more I hear about it, and the more it sounds like what there's gonna be for extra modes, I'm probably gonna be spending a lot of time with it, and you'll get the joy, or maybe joy's not the word, maybe tedious, why do I watch this? But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be recording quite a bit of my experience with it. I mean, so far I already know, and this isn't even including whatever unlock methods there'll need to be. I'm gonna do at least one Leon playthrough and one Claire playthrough, just regular how the game releases. Then having the deluxe version, I'm gonna play at least one playthrough of each with their original costume and the original soundtrack. Then if I need to do more to unlock the fourth survivor, I will, but I need to play as Honk. Tofu, yeah. I'm glad they put Tofu in. Like,
Played around too much.
that more than a lot of things says to me how dedicated they are to the idea of making a good remake. But I don't necessarily want to play through Tofu Survivor. From what I've seen of the knife, though, it's a lot better than the original base Resident Evil 2 knife was. But on the other hand, much as I liked it in the demo, and if you'd have watched my one-shot playthrough, I do use the knife. A couple zombies, I take out their legs and then just knife them to death instead. And it makes sense because of that, but the knife has a durability meter, which worries me because there is in the demo that one puzzle you need the knife to open up the tape on the lockbox or electrical box, kind of like in Resident Evil 7. It definitely takes some things from Resident Evil 7. Like, that's the thing, a lot of people bringing up Resident Evil 4, but I see it more as, other than the viewpoint, it's more like they're taken from 7. And not just because of the engine. Like, it doesn't feel like Resident Evil 4's shooting mechanics, for instance. It definitely feels like 7's, where it's shaky, shall we say, and more realistic, where if you want to get a really good shot off, you get a plant. It's funny, I see people complaining about that. I know, it's a video game, they don't always have to go full of realism. I have that complaint myself sometimes. But I can understand not liking the old, not able to shoot and run at the same time. You should be able to shoot and run. But at the same time, that should be a last resort. If you go through any kind of training, whether it be like military combat, whether it be police, not that I've done either two, I just know people who have. But even if you just buy a gun and go down to the range and take a self-defense course, the first thing they're going to teach you is that the optimal way to shoot is to plant your feet, square your feet and plant. Grip your gun, at least to the handgun, with both hands. Aim and fire. Like, no one's gonna recommend that you shoot while on the run anyway. Like, that's just not a good idea. Ooh, what's that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna use that, but you know what? I'm gonna use it on my girl. Guess I should have went and checked. I just hope I don't miss out on something. Of course, I can always replay. Well, I am going to replay, just maybe not right away. This scene. I already know I'm going to sink tons and tons of hours into this, for better or worse. When you like a niche genre, sometimes you're gonna, I don't know, I wouldn't go as far as say to enjoy it, but you're definitely gonna put more time than some people think was normal into games that otherwise you might not, just based on it's the only opportunity you're getting. And this kind of game is definitely a niche enough genre. It's the same as these people that play some of these Souls.
What do you think, Saki?
Games,
I'll bet you can
like,
learn a lot training here.
I tried Lords of the Fallen, wasn't really a fan, but I can see why people play it. If you really like that kind of game. See, I don't like that kind of game enough. I mean, I like Souls. But I like the Bloodborne best anyway. I'm really looking forward to Sekiro, which seems to be sort of adding the Miyazaki Souls type of mentality to this sort of game. At least that's how I'm interpreting it so far. But if you're really into the Souls stuff, especially the actual Souls games, not Demons or Bloodborne, I can see why you might play some of the quote-unquote clones, because it's definitely its own thing. I don't know if it's a genre, subgenre, but it's definitely what comprises Soul is definitely enough of its own thing. But I don't know if it's enough of its own, well, a good enough thing of its own to me to want to play clones is all I'm saying. But I can't really put down anybody who does. No, my thing with Neo, I gotta get back to playing that game someday. It's not bad, it's just, wait, this is the thing, Neo's got...
Apparently the master of this
Okay.
temple was exceptionally skilled. I don't know if this part is true or not, but they say he excelled at both kung fu and magic.
Try to bear this. Magic, huh? Interesting.
Neo's definitely got the best combat of any of those types of games. Even better than Bloodborne and Dark Souls. Neo's got the most advanced, best laid out. It definitely has the best combo system. I think you'd be nuts to think otherwise, and I truly believe that. I don't feel bad saying it. Now that I've said it, that's all it's got going for it. Its story is bland. Its world is bland. Its character designs are bland. Like, it excels at nothing else. If anything, is lower than even, say, Lords of the Fallen in most of those other categories. In my opinion, of course, I know. Shouldn't have to say in my opinion after everything, but there's someone out there who's gonna think I'm trying to talk for everyone or make an absolutist statement, even though I absolutely am not. But yeah, I definitely feel as if there's, other than combat, there's nothing in Neo that hasn't been done before and done better. Except the combat, and I point that out because I really do think the combat's the best. But just combat, at least in that type of game, is not enough for me. Alright, I think we're gonna break for a minute. I don't like to break until the level's over, but some of them are longer than others, and plus, if I remember correctly, I had to search like hell for the boss the last time. So I'll see you in the next episode, where we will hopefully take on the boss of China. Thank you. This has been Matty77 of Bottom Feeders Incorporated. Until our next episode.